in this lecture, we are going to see the different types of sanitary fittings under the subject of Environmental Engineering 1. Previously, we have seen different building services and different types of service connections used in plumbing system and distribution system. So in this particular lecture, we are focusing on different types of only sanitary fittings. What are sanitary fittings? The following sanitary fittings are commonly used in building for efficient collection and removal to the house drain. First is wash basin, then sinks, bathtubs, water closets, urinals, flushing systems, etc. So these are the commonly used sanitary fittings that we are commonly used in our plumbing system. So let's see one by one sanitary fitting. First is wash basin. As you all of know, what is wash basin or what is the purpose of using hand wash basin to wash the hands. A wash basin is usually made up of portrait or white glazed earthenware or enameled iron material. Sometimes they are also made up of pressed steel or plastic material. There are two types of wash basin, the flat back and the angle back. An ordinary wash basin is mounted on bracket fixed on wall. So commonly used this type of wash basin is we are seen in regularly at our house, that is wall mounted or wall bracket fixed on a wall wash basin, while a pedestal type basin is mounted on a pedestal rising from wall. They are available in different shapes and sizes. So as you can see in this diagram. So this is the wall mounted wash basin, bracket type wash basin. So bracket is attached to the back of the wall. The back of this bracket is attached to the wall. The standard sizes for flat back wash basins are normally available in 630 by 450 mm, 550 by 400 mm and 450 by 300 mm. And standard sizes for angle back wash basins are 600 by 480 mm, 400 by 400 mm. It has oval-shaped bowl with overflow slot at the top. The waste pipe with a metallic strainer is provided at the bottom of the bowl. Next sanitary fitting is sinks. So what is the difference between wash basin and sink? As you all of know, the wash basins are attached anywhere at any room, but generally sinks were provided at the kitchen to wash the water or to wash the utensil or for the other purpose, but typically its use is in kitchen appliances or appurtenances. So a sink is a rectangular basin used in kitchen or laboratories for cleaning utensils and glasswares. These may be made up of glazed earthenware, stainless steel or enameled pressed steel material. The sink has an outlet usually of about 40 mm diameter. The outlet pipe discharges water over a floor trap or nani trap. So the pipe which is connecting to the sinks which are connected to the trap which are provided at the floor level of bathroom. That means the wastewater generated on bathroom and the wastewater generated at the sinks which are collected at the end, they are collected in the common pipe, and this common pipe and this attached to the municipal sewer. The mouth of outlet pipe is provided with grating, that is jali or brass or nickel, so that the entry of cool solid substances is prevented. So this is the diagram of sinks that we are usually used in our kitchen. So common size available of the kitchen sinks are 600 by 400 by 150 mm, 600 by 450 by 250 mm and 750 by 450 by 250 mm. The first one represents its length, second one is width and third one is depth. And the common sizes for laboratory sinks are available in sizes of 400 by 250 by 150 mm, 450 by 300 by 150 mm and 600 by 400 by 200 mm. So you observe it as the sizes of laboratory sinks are, the length of these laboratory sinks are less than the normal kitchen sinks. Next are the bathtubs. Bathtubs are usually made of iron or steel coated with enameled porcelain or the plastic material. They may be parallel sides or with tapering sides. The usual dimensions of bathtubs are: its length is up to 1.7 to 8.5 meter, its width is up to 0.70 by 0.75 meter, and its depth is up to 0.6 meter. So this is one of the type of bathtub. So this is the cross section of bathtub. As you can see, that is 1.7 to 1.8 its length available in this lane, and this is 560 or 640 meter is its is its width, and either it has the straight edges or tapering edges. So this is the tapering type bathtub. Again, the classification of bathtub divided into different types, that is freestanding bathtub, claw-feet bathtub, drop-in bathtub, whirlpool bathtub, walk-in bathtub. So there are different types as we have seen in market. That is, this is the freestanding bathtub. As you can see, it is freely standing on any floor, and it can be movable. So we can move it and place it anywhere. Next is claw-feet bathtub. As you can see, this bathtub is attached with this clamp to the floor. Next is drop-in bathtub. As you can see, the tap water is directly dropped into this water tub, and this is attached to the floor, concrete floor. Next is whirlpool bathtub. Again, this type is, the name is given to this type is according to their company name. So there are different type of bathtubs available in market. So next sanitary fittings is water closet. As you all of know, WC. A water closet is a sanitary fitting which is designed to receive human excreta directly and convey to the septic tank or underground sewage through a trap. It is usually connected to a flushing system to flush the closet and discharge the human excreta to soil pipe. The water closet are available in three types: the Indian type, European type, and Anglo-Indian type. So let's see one by one its type. The Indian, or we can call it as squatting type. So all of you know the Indian type WC. This type of WC is used in squatting position. The WCs consist of two pieces, that is porcelain pan and P or S-shaped trap. The WC pan along with the trap is fixed flush with the floor. Footrests are provided on the side of the pan, and the pan has an inbuilt flushing rim having a number of holes through which the flushing water from the system is discharged. The content of the pan are removed by the gravity flush of water. So as you can see in this diagram. So these are the Indian type or squatting type WCs. As you can see, there are the sitting position. This is called pan, and this hole is connected to the S or P-shaped trap. Again, the rim, so as you can see in this particular diagram, the hole is connected to this S or P-shaped trap. So this is a typical trap, and which is connected to this rim and which is connected to this flushing system. In flushing system, there are storage of capacity of water, and when we are button of flush is on, then water is forcefully or pressure applied to this pan, and forcefully we are discharging the excreta into this trap and automatically into this discharge pipe. Next type is European type water closet. This type of WCs is used in sitting position over a plastic seat hinged to the appliances. This is a pedestal type of appliances which is a pan and a trap in single piece. The flushing rim of a pan is connected to the system, which may be of high level type or low level type, that is 30 centimeter above WCs or resting on the WCs for getting flushing water. So type of European WCs are washdown type and siphonic type. So these are the types of WCs. First one is wall hung WCs, which is attached to the wall. The pedestal WCs are raised on the floor. These are the European types water closets. So first one is washdown type. This is the most commonly used pattern in which the content are removed or human excreta will be removed by the gravity flush of water discharges into the pan through the flushing rim of the pan. Usually for ground floor, the WCs having S trap is used. Whereas for installation on upper floor, WCs ending up with P trap is preferred. Next type is siphonic type. In this type, the content or human excreta of the pan are removed by siphonic action when the system is flushed and water passes through the pan. What is siphonic action that we have learned in environmental engineering too? So the siphonic type water closet has a special type of trap inbuilt within the pan, so the shape as to set up siphonic action when the water passes over the pan. Due to siphonic action, the entire water along with waste get emptied from the pan into the soil pipe. The water closets had small after flush chambers inbuilt in the appliances, water from which release the trap, and it may have one trap or two traps. So this is the typical diagram of siphonic action WCs. So third type, first type we have seen is Indian or squatting type. Second is European type. Again, European type divided into two types, setting siphonic WCs and other one. And third type is Anglo-Indian WCs. So this type of WCs can be used both in squatting as well as in sitting position. It is pedestal type and has an inbuilt trap. The top of WCs is provided for footrest to permit it to be used in squatting position. To use it as a European type WCs, the plastic seat is hinged on the top of pan to use it in sitting position. So it is dual purpose WCs. So in this design, the fouling area of pan is less and the waste fall in water of trap and is flushed out as in European WCs. So both the type is compacted in this type Anglo-Indian. So these are the type of Anglo-Indian type of WCs that we can use it as an Indian toilet by sitting position or also we can use it as a European type. Next sanitary fitting are the urinals. It falls under the category of soil appliances and the discharge from urinal is connected to the soil pipe either directly or through the trap provided with gunmetal or brass tube shaped removable grating. From hygienic considerations, it is desirable to provide glazed tiles on wall of urinals preferable up to the door height. Urinals consumes less water while flushing as compared to WCs. Urinals are generally made up of stainless steel and glazed earthenware, fire clay or white vitreous chinaware. Again, there are different types of urinals available in markets. First is bowl type urinal. This is one-piece construction which integral flushing box rim having 12 hole suitably distributed for the proper flushing. The urinal has an outlet horn at bottom for connection to the trap. In case number of urinals are required to be installed in a row, it is necessary to provide a vertical partition wall between two urinals. So these are the types of urinals. We can install number of urinals in one row and in between we are placing the partition wall or we can install it as a single urinal pot. Next type is slab or stall type urinal. These are manufactured as a single unit or as a range of two or more units. The width of single should be at least 2 feet 6 inch. The flushing is carried out using automatic flushing system, which will operate at regular interval of 10 to 15 minutes. The discharge from series of stall in a row is usually carried through a glazed semicircular drain which has sharp fall towards the trap. From where it is discharged into the soil pipe. Next important sanitary fittings is flushing system. So the flushing systems we are using it at every time, that is which are connected to the WCs, which are connected to the urinals. So at every sanitary fittings, these flushing systems are important to flush the contents or waste contents from the WCs or urinals. So water flushing systems. It is used for storage and discharge of water from flushing of WCs or urinals. It is made up of cast iron, vitreous china clay or pressed steel plates or plastic material. The capacity varies from 10 to 15 liter. When the system is fixed at a height of 1.8 to 2 meter from the floor, it is termed as high level system made up of cast iron. The European WCs is generally provided with low level system made up of porcelain, and it operates at a height of not more than 30 centimeter between top of the pan and underside of system. So depending on its placement of height, we are deciding either whether it is high level flushing systems or low level flushing systems. Again, there are different types of flushing systems, which are valveless siphonic type or bell type flushing system, and valve fitted type or piston type flushing system, and last one is automatic flushing type. First one is valveless siphonic type or bell type flushing system. The bell type flushing system is rather noisy but may be used in factories and schools. The system is operated by chain being pulled over with lift the bell. When the chain is released, the bell falls, thus displacing water under the bell down the sandpipe. Siphonic action is then created which empties the systems. So this is the diagram of bell type flushing systems. As you can see, this is the standpipe, vertical standpipe. This is the cast iron bell. This is the ball float. The capacity of this tank is 9 liter. So when we are remove this cover or push this button, then ball float is removed and flushing the water is the action of flushing the water is takes place as we described in previous slides. Next type is piston type system. When the lever is depressed sharply, the piston is lifted which displaced water over the siphon. Water discharging down the flush pipe takes some air with it and creates a partial vacuum in siphon. The greater air pressure acting upon the water in the system force water through the siphon until air is admitted under the piston which breaks the siphonic action. So this is the commonly used piston type flushing systems that were installed at our household appliances. Next is automatic flushing system. So this is the important type of flushing system commonly we are using nowadays at our WCs connected to the WCs. So automatic systems are designed to discharge its content of human excreta of water at regular intervals into the urinals or WCs. The rate at which the water will flush depends upon the rate at which the water is fed into the system, and for a single installation this should not exceed 10 liters per hour. These flush water automatically once in 10 to 15 minutes. To prevent wastage of water from these systems at time when system is not used, such as at weekend, an automatic blow cut off device should be used. So these are the type of automatic flushing systems. Next is vent pipe. So this is one of the type or instrument that which are used as a building services or sanitary fittings. The pipe installed for the purpose of ventilation is known as a vent pipe through which foul gases escape into the atmosphere. Without a vent pipe, as wastewater flows down your waste pipe, a partial vacuum would develop at the top of the pipe, which will stop the wastewater from flowing the rest of the way down. So it is must to installation of vent pipe which are connected to the soil pipe to remove the or escaping the gases, foul gases which are released from the soil pipe. And next is anti-siphonage pipe. So in previous slide when we are describing the siphonic actions, so the anti-siphonage pipes are constructed or installed particular to break the siphonic action. Anti-siphonage pipe means any pipe provided in conjunction with the trap in the sanitary fittings to prevent the unsealing of trap by siphonage or back pressure. Back siphonage causes breaking of water seal, therefore the anti-siphonage pipe is required. So this is the typical diagram of anti-siphonage pipe. So which is connected into this U-shaped pipe or trap. So the above portion of this siphonage pipe is called as the below section, the section below which inverted siphonic action takes place into this part, and the section above which the siphonic takes place. So at this part the siphonic action takes place, and the below portion in this particular part the inverted siphonic action takes place. So these are the overall summary of sanitary fittings. Thank you.